The film starts with a scene from a live-in school in 1938. It was a particular boarding school for female students where they were provided help to improve their health. The main character of the film, named Shizuko, is shown. Shizuko's stepmother arranged for her entrance to this boarding school because she was sick as well. Because she wanted to get shifted to Tokyo. A hostel worker was checking Shizuko's things she brought from her house. It is discovered here the rules and regulations of this school are strict. Even the female students don't have permission to keep their personal diary. Shizuko was given a uniform to wear. She goes to a bedroom and there were many beds. The hostel girls lived here together. Shizuko meets a girl there named Yunduke. The principal was making Shizuko meet with her companion girls. There was the attendance of those girls at night according to their number. At that time they were given a tablet, maybe that was because of recovering their health. The girls moved to their beds after taking the tablets. A girl comes to awaken Shizuko and takes her to her group. Actually, the girls want to bully Shizuko. Shizuko starts coughing and it was also bleeding. The girls get scared seeing the blood. They feel Shizuko has some kind of viral disease and it may affect them. The girls were talking to Shizuko about it and she was getting worried. Yunduke arrives and takes Shizuko from there. Shizuko is shown with the principal the next morning. She has given Shizuko a flower tea and was telling her she will be given an injection every day. You will recover soon with its help, and was telling the girls who will discover soon will get an opportunity to go to Tokyo for studies, and Shizuko becomes excited hearing Tokyo. Because her family and her father lived in Tokyo, she also wants to go with her father to Tokyo. Shizuko wants to recover soon, that's why she was taking medicines regularly. She was completing her medical course. On his way out of the principal office, Shizuko meets a girl. The girl tells strange things to Shizuko. She was telling a girl named Shizuko arrived here before you, she looked like you. She says, do you know she was mine and Yunduke's friend? Shizuko was taken aback, wondering how a girl like her could have the same name as her. She was telling the girl looked like you disappeared one day. Shizuko gets scared hearing this. Yunduke again arrives here and asks Shizuko why is she worried, but Shizuko doesn't tell her anything. She was feeling Shizuko is worried because the hostel didn't allow her to keep her personal diary. She takes Shizuko to a personal place. She has placed her secret diary there. She gives her diary to Shizuko and now they have good bonding. Shizuko was sharing her secrets with Yunduke. Shizuko was telling her that her family wanted to shift to Tokyo but she got sick, that's why her stepmother got her admitted here. Later, the hostel girls are shown in the ground. There were some activities to keep them physically fit. But Shizuko didn't complete even a single activity or task. The doctors discover that Shizuko is unfit physically. They are shown in the restaurant after this and she goes to the girl whom she met outside the principal office. She was asking the girl, can you tell me anything about the old Shizuko? Hearing this, something happened to that girl. She becomes furious and was about to hit Shizuko. Seeing their fight, Yunduke saves Shizuko while arriving there. The condition of the other girl was worse. Her body was shivering and her eyes were also twisted. Her body gets twisted and a strange white liquid was emerging from her mouth. Seeing it, the girls get shocked. Shizuko is shown in the medical room when the next scene comes to take the injection. The girl named Kihara again comes to Shizuko who fought with Shizuko. She was looking fine in this scene and was talking to Shizuko like nothing has happened. Shizuko is shown with Yunduke who has become her friend. Yunduke asks her some wishes from Shizuko. She says I want to see the beach, and the second wish was she wants to go to her father to Tokyo. After this, Yunduke took her to a pool from the back gate of the school. Shizuko becomes happy seeing it. She has come to a place like this for the first time. Shizuko was asking Yunduke why she takes care of her. Yunduke says I like you, that's why. They enjoy here a lot. Then Shizuko is again shown in the medical room. It is discovered she has become physically fit as a result of caring for Yunduk and herself. She comes first in the activity that is done to keep the girls fit. Today her performance was also good on the result day. That's why she was first. Now when the girls come to the washroom for freshening up after the physical class, Shizuko saw a dead bird in her uniform. Its blood was spread on her uniform. It also spreads on her hair. Kihara, a girl who sometimes clashes with her and occasionally feels happy with her, arrives. Today she was saying ill to Shizuko. She was jealous of Shizuko because she was also doing hard work like Shizuko to go to Tokyo. But Shizuko comes first instead of her and she also becomes furious hearing this. Shizuko wears her uniform that was soaked in blood and lifts the dead bird. She places the bird on Kihara's plate in anger. Something strange was happening with Shizuko since she found the dead bird. Like when she goes to her room she finds a diary near Yunduk's bed. As she picks up the diary she finds a locket and a photo. Shizuko was seeing that photo. During this, the locket falls from her hand. As Shizuko reaches down to pick it up, a strange hand has picked the locket under the bed. Shizuko gets scared seeing this. Shizuko sees under the bed courageously that who has picked the locket? She finds none. As Shizuko sees on her bed in front she finds her class fellow in a worse condition. It seems like the girl has been changed into a monster. Because there was blood in her eyes. She runs being scared but when she returns she didn't find any girl. The shocking thing was Shizuko discovers the girl whom Shizuko saw has disappeared from school. The principal was telling them the girl has moved back to her home with her mother. And Shizuko was suspicious here that what is going on here? She discusses with Yunduk she has seen the girl in a weird condition before being disappeared. We notice here Yunduk ignores what Shizuko said. Shizuko tells this to Kihara in the medical room. While noticing her Kihara takes her to a strange place outside the medical room. She asks Shizuko, have you seen her at this place? Shizuko says no she wasn't here but then she finds another injured girl there. She sees while moving inside the girl is in a bad condition. She has moved out while seeing this. But the condition outside was worse than inside. Kihara was pressing her neck and Shizuko was seeing her but she gets folded while falling down. Shizuko runs towards the medical room being upset from all this. She calls a nurse from there. Shizuko and the nurse reach the place but they didn't find anyone there. They didn't find Kihara and the injured girl seen by Shizuko. Shizuko wasn't understanding anything so she goes to the room where they live together. She notices Kihara's luggage was also taken from here as the previous girl. She goes to the principal to know these things. She was asking about Kihara from the principal and she tells. Kihara has been transferred to the other school. Shizuko and Yunduk are shown together in the next scene. They were talking about their progress. They were talking about the one who will be the first will go to Tokyo. Everyone was thinking Yunduk will be first. Because she was working hard and Shizuko says I also want to work hard like you. I also want to go with you to Tokyo. Yunduk says you have to be physically fit for this. Hearing her, Shizuko stands up being excited and takes a high jump. To show Yunduk that she is physically fit. Yunduk gets shocked and was asking her how did you do this? Shizuko also doesn't know how she has done this. Shizuko was saying to Yunduk I am feeling strange like burning inside. She was saying I am not feeling good. Please help me to be fine. Yunduk holds Shizuko's hand and she remembers her past while holding her hand. She runs from there while leaving Shizuko's hand. Shizuko moves to the principal in the next scene and was saying she should leave her medication now, because she has recovered. She doesn't feel a cough or there isn't any blood in her cough. Even she did her physical tasks good than other girls and done it easily. The principal becomes happy hearing this and agrees with her. She says okay, you don't need any further medication. It is shown after a few days today was the selection day and a girl will be sent to Tokyo after selection. They were feeling that Yunduke or Kihara will be selected, but opposite their thinking, the principal selects Shizuko to go to Tokyo. Kihara becomes furious and starts fighting with Shizuko, being jealous. Shizuko will also not bear her this time. She also comes in anger at her behavior. As Shizuko shouts in anger, the glass things break in that room. Shizuko has lifted her up with one hand with her powers and held her until she gets faint. After this, Shizuko leaves everything and then comes to her senses. As she comes to her senses, she doesn't remember what has she done. She doesn't even remember what is going on with her. Yunduke comes to her immediately and asks her what has happened to her. Shizuko has no answer and says, I don't know what is happening to me. Her hands are shown injured because of glass, but she wasn't feeling pain. Yunduke again remembers some old memories. Yunduke has also lost her senses and was asking Shizuko while shaking her, "Who are you? And why did you come here?" Shizuko was feeling strange, but then the nurse arrives and takes Yunduke from there. The nurse has fainted Yunduke and Shizuko takes Yunduke's diary that she saw under her bed. She was reading the first page and that was filled with her name Shizuko. She turns some pages and sees it was written Shizuko as same. Like the previous one, and their faces also resemble. Shizuko has discovered a secret room and a secret box. Yunduke has hidden her personal things there. Shizuko opens the box and finds a photo. It was looking like her. Yunduke also arrives there during this. Yunduke was telling her the old things about the previous Shizuko. We discover the past scenes of the movie. The film switches to a flashback. In this room, Yunduke and the ancient Shizuka can be seen playing. They break a flower vase while playing and there was glass in Shizuka's hand. Shizuko doesn't feel pain. Even got hurt by so much as we saw in the previous scene that Shizuka doesn't feel pain. The old Shizuko was getting folded in the past scenes and Yunduke was seeing her. Yunduke gets scared seeing her and runs from there. The old Shizuko has held her foot and Yunduke gets scared. And in her defense, she attacks Shizuko with the box nearby. Later, she runs to the medical room and then reaches here with the nurse. Before they reach, the old Shizuko was disappeared from there. Since that day the old Shizuko has been disappeared. Yunduke was worried and the scene shifts to the present. Shizuko hears her and takes her to the principal room. They start searching here secretly. During this, the principal also arrives there. There was a military officer with her. They hide in the office for hearing them. Shizuko was also snooping on the location of the principal's keys. Shizuko was affected by their conversation. There is something wrong and they steal her keys when the principal leaves. They open the cupboard and take out a file, which reveals the truth about the movie. The file was about the experiments done on the girls who lived here. The results and changes were also there at the end of the file occurred in the girls after the experiment. There was a result in these results that the girls become powerful after the experiment. They didn't feel any kind of pain after it. This is happening to Shizuko nowadays. Seeing the things, they mistakenly turn a projector on. The truth of the principal reveals to them through the projector that she is the doctor doing the experiments with the permission of the military. The military is conducting this experiment to make the girls strong. They discover from the projector the principal couldn't achieve her goal until today. During this, they hear Kihara's voice outside the principal office. As the principal moves out of the office, Kihara jumps from the tree. The nurse of the school arrives and takes the girls inside the school hurriedly. Reaching inside, the nurse discovers Shizuko and Yunduke didn't come inside, and they escaped getting a chance. They were running in the forest and found a military base reaching a distance. The military officer we saw in the office holds them. They were trying to hit him, but the man has shot Shizuko. Yunduke has escaped. Shizuko is shown in the experiment room, same as they saw in the projector. Yunduke didn't escape, but she goes to bring a gun from the principal's office for saving Shizuko. She reaches the experiment room for saving her. But before she saves her, the military officer arrives. He holds Yunduke and locked her in a crystal container. The water was filling in it. The school is shown again, and the nurse was making the girls wear the mask. They were making inhale a strange kind of medicine with its help. The principal was happy because the next morning was her victory. Their experiment will be completed. Their girls will become powerful the next morning. After it, they will hand over the girls to the military. In return, they will get a lot of money. The military officer is shown in the principal office, seems like their partner. The officer was deceiving the principal. He wants to take the credit for the experiment. That is why he has taken over all authority while removing the principal. The principal was requesting him, "Don't do this to me. The hard work of my whole life will be wasted." Shizuko is also shown in her senses in the experiment room. As she sees here and there while lifting up from the bed, she finds a door and gets shocked while moving inside it. Her friends who died were in the glass container being frozen in the ice. She sees Yunduke's container. She becomes depressed seeing her. She now wishes to exact vengeance on the principal and the military officer for her friend. That's why she picks the gun that Yunduke brought to save her. She reaches the school where the principal has pointed the gun at the soldiers. The soldiers who come with the military officer. Shizuko enters and ends the soldiers as well as the military officer while shooting them. The principal becomes happy seeing Shizuko because her experiment becomes successful. She wants to give this good news to the military base somehow. But she can't do this because Shizuko ends her from behind. Shizuko is moving to her friend Yunduke but discovers the principal isn't dead yet. Because she was moving from behind to attack Shizuko. She shoots Shizuko but the bullet hits the container of Yunduke while passing from her body. The container broke and Yunduke also fell outside. Shizuko comes in anger, so she lifts the principal and throws her far like a football. The principal has died completely. Shizuko comes to her friend after ending her. She was trying to hide her but it was useless. She'll figure it out someday. Then the worst condition of the school is shown in the last scene of the movie. The girls have ended the nurse and done embroidery on her body. The girls have died gradually. There were dead bodies everywhere in the school. Only Shizuko was alive here and still sitting while placing Yunduke in her lap. She was alive because of the experiment of the principal. She was about to die when she told Yunduke that they would finally migrate to another location together. She was talking to move to the other world. Shizuko has passed away. This movie ends here.